Because we're kind of talking about the hubs now. This is where the hubs get into play on once a Peapod Center is up and functioning. This is where the hubs get into play on once a Peapod Center is up and functioning. This is an extension of that. The one thing you have to understand is there's going to be varied market appearances throughout the world. And though I haven't made an official video on what co-op community investment is, at least I don't think I have, I'm currently going to be engaging for several months on the touch points of all the points that are now, and the hubs is going to be a lot of the centering of that information. Warehouses that obviously are going to have to be pretty airtight. Some of them are going to have to be temperature and humidity regulated. Again, we're talking products from all around the world. And we have these different fabric places like this and all this amount of fabric. They're going to be open markets that you can come and visit. These hub centers and mini markets and mini hubs, these mini hubs that we talk about that are franchising ability, they're going to be able to tap into this hub-to-hub container exchange. Many of which I'm hoping to target location into an art district or create an art district. There's going to be a bit of crate and barrel shopping with rolls of linens and different random variety of things, and with what we get from locals, and some food truck type atmosphere mini mart restaurants in a 4-day-a-week operation. You can visit, you can see all the products they got, and just think, 4,000 locations, each location sending one box, maybe every day, maybe several every day. To be able to work together and create markets that sell both, old antique things, homemade things. There's going to be probably anywhere from 5, maybe no trucks, to dozens. And they're going to be able to double as a farmer's market. Most important to keep in mind, what I'm doing is independent of any structure of business that exists anywhere on the world right now. Know anything or have any concern for what I am doing. Direct to direct, hub to hub purchasing, shortening the shipping time goes then from the hub to the franchised mini hubs. The in-network exchange creates food safety standards that aren't currently available because of the in-network aspect and the commitment to making and growing the middle class. One of the things that becomes a part of this is the Pony Express, which is the home delivery from the hub to whoever the buyer may be, or mini hub. The pandemic taught price gouging, and this gives control back to the customer. Buyer and seller relationship are localized. As I said, the pandemic taught how fragile food securities can be and shortages, and this whole system is going to nearly eliminate this in 10, 15 years as the communes become places that start to grow vegetables year-round, and hopefully the scalability will create a market to where that they can sell to the locals as well, always and constant. Basically, each one of the commune locations is going to have a greenhouse, and as scalability efforts succeed, hopefully enough to where that they can produce and grow for the community season all year round. I'm going to kind of design the storefront section part of it, kind of like a community learning area. Again, these buildings are also going to have on the backside location, they're going to have counseling locations, places that people can have conferences if they want to rent some space for anything like that. Remember how the 5-hour verification process and the opt-in process and the hotkeys where I specifically mentioned about 911 for military vets in crisis, the 911 for new moms, and then the one that won't be an option is a standard top button, mental health, anxiety and depression hot button that brings you on a Rolodex tab. They're going to collect support groups that will meet here. We're going to have art theater groups may meet together. There's going to be pottery classes. These buildings. There's going to be lots of different kind of art functions. We're going to have art lessons that are going to be held. Art representatives from all around the world. Possibly they're going to go hub to hub exchange as we learn about different artists We're going to get to be able to feature artists from all around the world. You have to be mindful when I say 500,000 hours of a life lived trying to earn the Nobel Peace Prize for humanity, and 15,000 hours managing that information as a gift to humanity. My touch points become overlaps and touch points in one person to the next, building community in ways unimaginably put together as a world leader. There's going to be a bunch of investment opportunity. There's going to be a whole conversation that I'm going to have that's going to make a certain segment of it end up being on the stock market, but it's going to be secured money, backed money from the Good Ship social media site, but it's going to be reinvestment or investment to help starter businesses in what I call business out of a box. I'm not going to say anything more on that. That's something that's going to be way later in conversation. See us, the collective. See us in every section and corner of the globe, in every 4,000 locations scattered in a culture zoning map throughout every aspect of the world. There's a whole reason and basic behind that. The only exclusions that would have is when I do this $13 million fundraising aspect, I'm going to be reaching out to certain billion-dollar corporations, and I may allow an exclusion of advertising if they're willing to help with the startup funds of the beginning of the